Passing the ball on the outlet. You know what? You know what? Y'all really starting to irritate me with this. Angel Reese, you really starting to irritate me. Not throwing the ball to Caitlin Clark on these outlet passes. Hold on. Let's take a look at that first. Okay.
Check this out. The most game-changing rookie the WNBA has ever seen is riding the spine. This player literally made the entire league twice as popular overnight. And they've got her coming off the bench in Team USA exhibitions. That moment you just witnessed, that's pure frustration from someone who knows exactly what kind of games are being played here.
And in there in front of you. Oh, no, I want to give it to somebody else. See, this is what we talking about, bro. Y'all playing games right now. Y'all playing games right now, man. Angel Reese. And here's what's crazy. Caitlin Clark throws you the ball. Look at this assist.
It's just her second of the game, but...
Look at this assist. Caitlin Clark with the drop off to Angel Reese.
So, get this. Angel Reese pulls down the defensive board. And guess who's standing right there, completely wide open for the outlet? Caitlin Clark. This is fundamental basketball. You secure the rebound, you find your point guard breaking up court. Simple as that. But somehow the ball ends up going literally anywhere except to Clark. And this isn't some isolated incident we're talking about. This pattern has been showing up possession after possession throughout these Team USA matchups. Nobody's questioning if this is actually happening anymore. What we're all wondering is, what's really driving it?
Side step, deep three!
That's nasty. That's nasty. Oh my God.
The re-screen. Side step, deep three!
I cannot wait for WNBA season, man. I can't wait.
Now, here's what makes this whole thing even more obvious. That exact same game, Caitlin Clark drops a beautiful pass right into Angel Reese's hands for the easiest bucket you'll ever see at the rim. Perfect execution, completely unselfish basketball, textbook point guard play. Clark is out there creating opportunities for everyone around her, doing exactly what great floor generals do. So, when the situation flips and Clark is the one breaking open down court, why does that same ball movement suddenly disappear? You can't argue with what's happening right there on the court.
3-point line for her. That was a free throw. You see what I'm saying? She is going to destroy this upcoming WNBA season. Fans are not happy, though. I will be honest. A lot of people are not happy with like I want to put Kalia Copper led the team in scoring today. She had 15, as she should. That girl does not pass the ball. I'm just going to keep it real. I think
talk about making a statement. That step back three from way beyond the arc isn't some rookie getting lucky. That's a seasoned player who's been dominating at every level, now showing out against professional talent despite getting limited minutes. 12 points without even starting, proving beyond any doubt why she should be in that first unit. And here's the part that makes zero sense. They're giving the starting point guard role to Chelsea Gray. Now, Chelsea Gray is 32 years old and just came off a season where injuries were a major problem. Meanwhile, the player who just shattered every viewership record in college basketball history is watching from the sidelines.
Team USA did not come out super sharp early in this game. I will say that. Things could have been a lot sharper early in the game, but they did what they had to do. And they was able to get the win today. So that's what that is. You know, we are still, make no mistake about it, we are still in the midst of these
K.A. Cooper put up 15 points to lead Team USA that day, with both Paige Bueckers and Caitlin Clark adding 12 each. But those raw numbers are hiding the real story. They don't show you how many shots each player actually got. They don't reveal all those possessions, where Clark never even got to handle the basketball. And they certainly don't explain the coaching choices that kept her planted on that bench when the game was on the line. Kara Lawson wasn't even running the show that day. Ma Tedbitz was calling all the actual plays, while Lawson just stood and observed. So who's really deciding these rotations anyway?
Gave these ladies until Monday. She gave them until Monday to get a deal done, or else y'all gonna start losing money. Y'all asking for all this money. Y'all asking for all these benefits. Y'all need to sign the CBA by Monday, or else it's gonna get ugly for y'all. Let's take a listen to this right here.
Days of negotiations and going back and forth and proposals that have been exchanged back and forth.
That's movement. That's good. But it's also March 12th. We also have over 100 free agents in the league. Pretty much every big star who's not on a rookie contract is a free agent.
All this drama is unfolding right as the WNBA faces the most critical CBA negotiations in league history. Kathy Angelberg drew a hard line in the sand with Monday, March 10th as the absolute deadline. This isn't some flexible timeline they can push around. Every single day beyond that date means serious consequences, lost money, delayed free agency, a rushed schedule, maybe even a shortened season. More than 100 free agents are stuck in limbo. 2 brand new expansion teams can't even hold their drafts. College players have no idea where their professional careers will begin, and time is running out fast.
I think we're all feeling the pressure. The players are feeling the pressure. Kathy Engelbert is feeling the pressure. Me, as a fan and as someone who covers the league, is feeling the pressure that while movement is a good thing, while these in-person meetings are a good thing, we're going to have to get something finalized soon, or else we're going to have a truncated season, and I think that'll be dire for the league.
And that's nobody's fault but everybody involved. I'll continue to say this. I doubt that they created a self-imposed March 10th deadline without some wiggle room, right? These are all negotiation tactics. It just shouldn't require negotiation tactics. At some point, we know what they need to do. They need to get a deal done. And I abhor the fact that we have to set a deadline for everybody to get in the room and then have these marathon sessions. Could have been done in January. Could have been done in February, and instead, now it's being done in March. So I will just remind everybody involved, from the players to the teams, that if this does cost everybody games, that's nobody's fault but the players and the teams. They chose, in like every negotiation, to wait till the last second. And what really frustrates me is hearing all of the quotes that are coming out now, whether they be from Kathy Engelbert, who says, this is a really transcendent deal we'd like to get done, or the players that are saying, we want to play. They say they want to play too, and, we just need to keep seeing it. You see there, Engelbert called this deal on the table transformation. I guess my question, Kathy, is why did it take this to get to a transformational deal?
The pressure in that room is absolutely crushing right now. Players are feeling it. The commissioner is feeling it. Everyone covering this story is feeling it. Because here's the truth. Nobody wants to admit it. If these CBA talks drag past the deadline and actually cost the league games, that's not some unavoidable disaster. That's not just bad timing. That's a deliberate choice by both sides to wait until the absolute last possible moment before getting serious. This deal could have been wrapped up back in January and could have been finished in February. Instead, everyone waited until March, right as training camps are supposed to start, and March Madness is about to completely take over basketball headlines. Now, Kathy Angelbert is calling whatever's on the table transformational. But if this deal is really so incredible, why did it take a full-blown crisis to produce it? Why did everyone need a self-imposed deadline and round-the-clock negotiating sessions to create something that should have been obvious months ago? The players are pushing for bigger salaries. They want travel conditions that don't treat them like second-class citizens. They want revenue sharing that actually reflects the massive explosion in popularity the league just experienced. And these demands make complete sense when you look at what happened in 2024. WNBA viewership literally doubled, and most of that growth came from one player. Caitlin Clark's games were pulling in 3.2 million viewers on average during her rookie year. That's not some modest bump in the ratings. That's a complete transformation of what this league means to television networks. But now everything gets complicated, because the league is also trying to manage expansion with 2 new teams, handle the most complex free agency period in WNBA history with almost every star available, and somehow maintain all the momentum from their best season ever. And they're attempting all of this while the CBA is still sitting there unsigned. That's not a strategy for continued success. That's a blueprint for complete chaos. That frustration you heard about, the deadline pressure, that's completely real because everyone in that room understands what's at stake. If this negotiation falls apart, if games actually get canceled, if the season gets pushed back, all those fans who discovered the WNBA in 2024 might just move on to something else. You don't get unlimited opportunities to build on a cultural phenomenon, like what Caitlin Clark created during her rookie season. Right now, the league is basically gambling with all that momentum. Think about the impossible position this creates for the players. On one hand, they're being told to accept whatever deal is offered, or risk losing serious money. On the other hand, they're hearing that the league just completed its most profitable season in history. Those messages don't exactly work together. If business is booming, why all this pressure to take the first offer? If the deal really is transformational, Why wasn't something like this on the table before everything reached crisis mode? And through all of this, Caitlin Clark is still coming off the bench in Team USA games. While Angel Reese continues avoiding those outlet passes, the exact same tensions that created problems all season long are now playing out on the international level. The same arguments about recognition, attention, and who actually deserves opportunities remain completely unresolved. This is the WNBA's defining moment. The league can either take advantage of the incredible growth from 2024 and build something that lasts, or completely waste this opportunity through terrible timing, personal politics, and refusing to acknowledge what's actually creating the success. Caitlin Clark never asked to become the symbol of the league's comeback. She just played basketball so well that people couldn't ignore it anymore. The real question now is whether the league is smart enough to build around what's working, or if old conflicts and established power structures will mess everything up. So, here's what I need you to consider. If you were handling these CBA negotiations, would your priority be getting something done quickly or making sure it's actually good? Because those goals might be pulling in opposite directions. And if you were running Team USA, would you honestly keep Caitlin Clark on the bench behind a 32-year-old point guard? Let me know what you think in the comments, because this whole situation just keeps getting messier. We really need to have an honest conversation about where this league is actually going compared to where everyone pretends it's headed.